It's Mike with Monkey Fab. Today we're putting the Lotus 200. It cost $580. And I think that included shipping. And we're putting it through its paces today. And we're going to be doing some AC/DC welding, AC welding with the aluminum and some stainless and some stills. And we're going to test it on 110, and it's set up for two. Okay, so here is where I dip the tungsten, which this happens when you're welding aluminum. This was intentional. On the other side is not. So what you do with this, it's not a big deal, you know, as long as you didn't bury the tungsten in the aluminum. All you have to do is just come off the heat, so you stay on the throttle but come off the heat, so you're not actually melting it. Go back over the area that you dipped in, which is all sooted up, and then get back on the heat and kind of fill in just a little bit of filler wire just to make a couple ripples, you know, some freeze lines in there, and just keep going like you normally did. What you'll end up with is a little bit of soot, you know, on either side like I have here, and whoop, whoop, and there it's gone. So all you got is a little black spot, and it doesn't look that bad. So that's a good little trick you might want to know. So here I am welding up some stainless steel. I'm just going to talk over this while you're watching it, because I need to cover the 110 adapter. So the machine comes with a 110 adapter. It basically just plugs in to any wall socket. So in my garage, it's a 15 amp breaker and really small wires. I installed my own wires, as a matter of fact, to fix that problem in 30 amp breakers. But I plugged this into the 15 amp. And it was able to put down a lot of heat on AC, mind you. So I was able to run probably a good, probably 18 inches, maybe 24 inches at full amperage, which it seemed like it was at 200. I have no idea how that's possible, being plugged into 115, but it was definitely so hot that it just blew through the 1/8 inch metal I was working with. So that and it didn't do the duty cycle. It actually tripped my breaker. So with that said, if you're welding, at 120-ish amps, I think you could do significant AC welding and probably tons of DC welding on that, set up with the 110. So I do like that. It's good if you have to go to your buddy's house and plug in at their garage.
Okay, so here is the results. Let me put my gloves on.
Some of the stuff is really, really, really hot.
Mama didn't read enough rules. So again, on this box, not as good as I really would like it to be, but it's the very first time ever running outside corner joints on anything with this torch and this setup. So halfway through, I kind of kicked the foot pedal and turned, and since this on the foot pedal, it's got this knob right here. So this knob sets the amps when you have the amps turned to your foot pedal, or you have the control set to your foot pedal. So when I kicked it with my foot to line it up, because this thing's not heavy and it's just going all over the place, I accidentally turned it down just like that, and I was on one of these joints on the way where I must have slowed down enough to compensate. Probably this guy right here looks pretty cold. And anyway, I once got to figure that out and turn it back up, and the rest of it was okay. It's not something that it's one of those deals, like with any, I think most setups is like you will adjust yourself to work with what you got. So does it matter much? It really probably doesn't, as long as it does what you need it to do, you're going to adapt and make the rest of it happen. So here's the fillet weld. And that was like the outside fillet. And then over here is the butt weld. There. And then we got the stainless steel. So this is my first time doing stainless steel tubing with this setup as well. I mean, everything you're seeing here is the first time runs. I didn't really practice other than just running a couple straight beads on some flat stuff, just dipping filler on top, just to kind of get a feel for how I was going to weld. And you can see it's pretty decent. I mean, it's relatively consistent. It wasn't really well braced. It was kind of shaking, and the penetration's good. If if that was back purged, that would be a completely acceptable weld. And you'll also see how easy it is. You saw me just controlling the color on the weld using that cup. Lands is donating both a 16 and a 12, which is really kind of him. And I sell these on my website, so you can go to Monkey Fab. Just Google Monkey Fab, go to my Shopify website, and just pull up GLS Fab cups, and they're $40, which is hard to beat. Because the cool thing about these guys, besides the fact that they work like a mofo, which is really why I use it, that's what sells it to me, is how well it covers. And but lots of times you drop torches, especially if you're a new guy. So when you do that, it's done. When you spent, $100+ on one of these fancy cups, this is what I used to use, and this thing's been sitting here for a couple months. Ever since I got this cup, I can't put it down because it covers that well. And I do a lot of stuff that requires ridiculous amounts of stick out, and that's awesome. So it's a good thing. The guy's smart. And as soon as I put my grubby hands on it, I was like, I got to get a hold of the smart guy and get these on my website and sell them. And they make a 12 too. So this is a 12. They're great. And these Pyrex ones, honestly, was the best thing I had before these. And you'd have to kind of stuff some little green scrubby pad in there to kind of get the argon to distribute right. And whenever you drop those, you just cry. I mean, you could buy just the Pyrex, but it's $20-$30, and then you got to pay shipping. And so I'd always buy 2 at a time. I don't worry about it now. Number one, I don't stuff stupid Scotch-Brite down the center of it, and number two, it just works, and it works well. that's all we really want. So it's just like a flange weld, maybe 16 gauge to 16 gauge, and you saw I welded it on top of a piece of aluminum, and that's why it's all shiny silver like that, because that aluminum was pulling the heat out well before. I was keeping it shielded. It was pulling the heat out, so that's good. Here's just like some really thick stuff. This is mild steel, and yeah, you know, it was 140 amps. That stuff was set at 80 amps, but I was pedaling it, so I was probably more like probably 50ish. I was foot down on this guy. I was actually probably a couple millimeters in, thinking to myself, man, I wish I had set that thing probably about 20 more amps higher. But hey, you just do what you gotta do, slow down, make it happen. That's the cool thing about it. It's a cool thing about welding is problem solving. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Just like last time, we're going to raffle this guy off, and all the proceeds are going to go to Camp Hope and the PTSD Foundation. I think it's called PTSD Foundation of America. If you just Google, I think it's ptsdusa.org, or just Google PTSD Foundation, you'll find it. It's here in Houston. We donated a couple grand to him last time. We did one of these with the last review of the Sumadre 200P, which is a pulsing deal. So we're going to do the same thing here. But so, I didn't mind. I was going to do that regardless. But this I kind of got goaded into. A few people have been sending me questions, hey, what do you know about this? Do you know anything about this machine, this Lotus? And my answer was no, and I have no idea. But I tell you what, I'll buy it and I'll try it, so you guys don't have to. And since I have a little bit of this platform with Monkey Fab, we can still use it for good. But so what I'm saying is I'm not donating the the $580 I have into the machine. I can't afford to do that every couple months because I really don't make a lot of money. But what I will do is I'll throw in my $100 on it, and we'll sell raffle tickets at $10 pop, just like last time. We'll do the raffle from now until the 1st of September, which is either Labor Day or Memorial Day. I don't know. I always get that wrong. I think it's Labor Day. Is it Labor Day? It's got to be Labor Day. You don't wear white shoes after Labor Day. Well, that makes sense. So I'm going for Labor Day. But it's probably Memorial Day. Who knows? Regardless, that will be the day. So up until the day before, we're going to sell raffle tickets, $10 pop. And you get your chance to win the welding machine. It's an AC/DC 200 amp machine, fully capable, as you guys have seen. And Landon at GLS Fab is going to throw in a 16 cup and a 12 cup. So all you'll need to get to really make this run will be a nice 17 study gas lens, which you can always pick up over at Weldmonger. He's a kit for $39. I wish he'd let me sell them, so I PM'd him. Hopefully he'll read it and get back to me, because I like supporting Jody, because he does a lot of good stuff and helps us all. So go over there, pick up your stubby gas lens kit, and you'll be set for welding stainless steel, and it already has the stuff you need to weld aluminum, the number 5 with the 3/32 collet body and some tungsten, and it's got the adapter for the 110. So this is a pretty well laid out machine. Again, you got the Lotus, and it's going to come with all the stuff that it came with originally, and the adapter, you see it kind of hanging on the wall over there, and it just plugs into 110, or it's got a 3-prong, so you can plug it into 220. I run a 4-prong in my shop, so I have an adapter that goes to a 3-prong, which is your normal welding style that they have like on Miller and whatnot. And you get this foot pedal, which is nice because the last one didn't have that, and you get the torch. So that's everything that's coming with it. $10 pop. I think it's a great deal. And it's going through a good cause again, and they're always really appreciative, of you guys when you do that. So I'll get that out the website, and you'll just, I'll put my PayPal. You can send the money in, however much you PayPal before. I'll just put the numbers down. I'll list it on the website, update it every night, and that way, so you don't get to tell me what number. Like I want lucky number 13. I just do. I'm going to list them in sequence as I go, and then we'll go on to random.org on the 1st and draw the winner, and we'll make an announcement for exactly what time. So if you want to tune in, I'll stream it live, and I'll also post it up on my Facebook site. So I think I've covered everything. Overall, I think it's a good machine. I honestly think that if it was my money, I think I'd go ahead and get the APH 200 amp with a pulsar and all that. I mean, it's only $220 more, but if that's, it just depends on where you're at. If you're if that's a lot and you're not going to be at a chance where you're going to be able to get that back, then that makes sense. You save $220. It's a lot of money. You could buy a MIG machine for $220. So but it's a good machine. I've heard that one guy said that he had trouble with it, but he said the board went out and he sent it back for warranty work, and he's waiting to kind of see how that goes. But he also said that he made his money back. So that's how I always look at tools. When I buy it, am I going to be able to make my money off of this? And if the answer is yes, then it's a good buy. So I would recommend it based off of what its performance is. Longevity, I don't have it long enough to test for longevity. It is what it is. You take a risk anytime you buy Chinese stuff, but you also might save some money in the long run. So that's the deal. Thanks for tuning in to Monkey Fab. I appreciate you guys and all your support.